Hey everybody, David Skarika. So power back on finally. So what happened was, to give you a little bit of an overview, that lightning storm fried um my meter box, which my meter box and my regular box were old. I actually had new ones to be replaced. I bought them a few years ago. I was told like you got to get new ones or we're starting to rust out and stuff. I think this house was built roughly 20 years ago, and I don't think the meter box has ever been changed. So anyhow, the guys did it. Then the power came back on Saturday. Of course, Bahama style. Each Saturday and Sunday evening went off for an hour or two, but I didn't care because I was used to having no power anyhow. So now we'll be right back on target. Sorry about that. Welcome to the islands. I guess some of it was good though, because I also had the guys clean out all my air conditioning units, and yeah, they're working 100 times better now. So something I recommend you do. I have ductless units, so. Okay, so we're going to look at some things here. This is the XOI, which is the oil index. So that's our stock chart of the day. We're going to be looking at how the oil stocks bottom. So we've seen kind of like the oil itself do very well. You can see oil itself is kind of back to the higher end of this range. We're going to the range roughly mid 80s to about 70. So we're 82. So, if you're saying that's a $17 range, you're 12 into it, on the upside. So, but oil stocks, for whatever reason, it kind of lagged, like they corrected. And then finally today we got the XOI, the big oil index, up over 2%. So it looks like to me that we kind of, corrected, we got this base, and now will we come out of the base and start moving higher? And we also tells us that oil stocks are a little cheap compared to it. Or maybe it's because everyone's chasing AI and tech and all these hot sectors. So maybe the oil stocks are kind of lagging. So we'll go look at a few of the big boys. This is Exxon. So you can see the same thing. Exxon fell from 122 to 107, kind of in this base here, and now right at the resistance level around 115, 116. And then we'll look at Schlumberger, and we can see the same kind of thing here. Of course, there's a driller, and Schlumberger actually looks like it's coming out of its base now. Of course, these drillers tend to be more volatile, and Schlumberger actually had a near 20% decline from 55 to 43, and now is up to 48 and kind of has broken the short-term resistance. Looks like it could charge back to that 200-day moving average here. Halliburton would be another. And we can see Halliburton, same kind of thing. Halliburton up huge today, almost 5%. And same thing, 41 to 33. So that's a nearly 20% decline. And then now we're up here. So, and of course, like if you're looking at the geopolitical kind of backdrop, now that looks like, with everything, the events over the weekend, combined with what happened at the debate, it looks like Trump is almost surely going to win. It probably looks like this could be a big landslide. And of course, he's going to be much more energy, oil friendly, et cetera, et cetera. So stock chart of the day looks like the oil stocks saw the consolidation and are now kind of coming out of the consolidation and might be able to break out to the upside. So, and then our sponsor company, we're going to look at, I've been looking at Nevada King and Newfound Gold. So we looked at Newfound Gold the other day. So Nevada King was up huge on big volume the other day here. But what's more interesting to me in Nevada King is, and I've talked about how, you're going to get a spin off in the stock. I don't know, 20 years, don't want. We'll get like a 5 year, actually we'll get a 3-year chart. Is that what more interesting is it's kind of had this range. You can see here the last 3 years is that, and this is like the low end of the range right now. Whenever it kind of gets into the low to mid 20s, mid to late 20s, this kind of rally. So, and you look at this, it looks like range, looks like nothing, but if you buy it here, 26 to 50, it's almost a double on your money. And that happened in like 6 months. If you would have bought it here at, 28, 29 cents, it rallied back to 48 very, very quickly, like within a few weeks, so every time it's kind of gotten to this range, and, here it rallied from 28 to 46. So again, that's a big move. You're talking that 60, 70%. And of course, here you can see a rally from about 30 in late 2021 to 58. So you've had these numerous rallies of 50 to 100% in the stock when it's at these levels. So you can see the RSI got very, very oversold here as well. So if I were to draw this, actually, I am going to get a 5-year chart now. And if I were to draw this, I'm going to draw like a thing down here, since this range has kind of occurred, what we can see, and you can see in 2020, during the crash. Nevada, it got down to, low 20s and then rallied to 80 cents. So what we can see in the recent years is kind of like, or just overall, on this, you can see basically when you get below 30 cents on this stock, you're basically in what I would consider buy zone, right? And then, it's up to you what you want to do. Do you want to take some profits when it goes to 50? Because the last few rallies since 2022, of course, at some point we're going to enter a bigger gold rally, and this thing will probably end up going to $1 or something, right? But, a prudent trader might just say, hey, we're in the buy zone right now. And then at the very least, maybe take some profits at 50 cents. That would be a nice 75% gain from here, and then see what happens. What you could do, let's say for argument's sake, you bought $10,000 worth. You could sell, I don't know, like a third of the position of 50. If it did go back to 80 where it was in 2021, you could sell a third there and then kind of let the other third ride. That's a prudent trading strategy. So anyhow, you can see that Nevada King cheap down here. I bought a little more at 28 cents last week. So anyhow, stock chart of the day. So I just leave it at that. Oil and oil stocks look like they could be coming out, especially oil stocks, out of their basing and bottoms. And Nevada King is looking like it's in its buy zone. And Nevada King, by the way, is a sponsor of stock chart of the day. Yeah, that will be disclosed. Actually, they technically aren't now. Their sponsorship is up, but I'm writing them this week about renewing it. So I guess technically there is no sponsorship still, but I own the stock. There is your disclosure.